When somebody comes to have a chat with us about the possibility of setting up a business, we talk to them about the realities of self-employment. We look at the person and their own circumstances, and then we look at the business idea to see if it's viable or sustainable. Often people come with their dream, and we look at the practicalities of a business, and then we navigate them around the system to find out what supports we can offer them and be there for them. As part of the process, we would have regular coaching and mentoring sessions with clients. Once we have had a chat with a client, depending on where they are in their readiness to start their own business, for the clients who want a more intense support, we would refer them down to our own County Kildare Leader Partnership ESP programme, which is the Enterprise Skills Programme.
During the course of the 14 weeks, some of the main things we cover are financial management, bookkeeping, sales and marketing, all the basics that we'd need to be aware of before jumping into self-employment.
Initially, it's about getting them over the line and towards applying for the Back to Work Enterprise scheme that the department runs.
The Back to Work Enterprise Allowance and Short-Term Enterprise Allowance are schemes run by the department to assist those job seekers who may be interested in starting up their own business. They provide a kind of a safety net for the job seeker. There are also grants available to assist with start-up costs.
As part of what SICAP offers is 4 days pre-enterprise training. So that's all the business basics. We have these themed workshops throughout the year. So it's from how to fill out a tax return, it could be more about your digital marketing skills and improving them. So it's upskilling, and that's available to all existing SICAP clients. We also mentor into the first year into business. When somebody decides to look at self-employment as an employment option, it's a journey in its own right, and we have to look at people and decide what we can offer them. It really is looking at, as I said, the realities of self-employment, the many routes to self-employment, so it's much more than just applying for the department scheme that's available.
The Leader Partnership supports have had a huge impact for Man's Marketing. I would say from a young business owner starting off, it was the training, the camaraderie, the support, the mentoring, just being able to pick up the phone to a colleague and get some good advice. And also I think the networking as well, and getting to know people. So yeah, I think without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. I learned from my other colleagues on the course of the challenges that were involved, and I learned about, I suppose, the big vision and looking at where your business will be. How would you get it past 3 years? Because the first 3 years are the hardest in any business. So it just gave me those tools and techniques, and I definitely think the kind of finance side was very, very helpful. It was quite scary at the start, getting new clients from scratch. Scary but exciting and exhilarating at the same time. I suppose you had a bit of the fear of the unknown because you didn't have a monthly salary coming in, and you knew that the Back to Work scheme would only last for so long, so you had to make the business profitable and make money quite quickly. But it also felt quite exhilarating because you're the master of your own destiny. As the team grows and as the business grows, our vision, we specialise in kind of food, drinks and design sector as well. So our vision is to be kind of the #1 agency within that sector within the next 5 years.
Before the business, I start up a few different courses for set up everything for the business. The business course actually gave a good kick start, everything what we did in the course is kind of useful every day in the business now. All the marketing, all the management, all the bookkeeping stuff. I really enjoy that. The access is there. You just have to step in that door, and really give everything what you need. And if you have any questions or anything like that, you have that, and they give all the help what you need. The very early stage, I really do everything. I'm working inside and outside, repairing doors and windows, repairing, changing lights or bulbs, or fixing like anything after that, like I left all these and focus on outside, like getting new customers with pavings and patios. So everybody start find out about this. Just jobs coming after, one after the other, you know. I'm my own boss, you know, and like I can start whenever I want, I can finish whenever I want, and but always focus on, I try to do the best for everybody.
I was working in an early childhood setting in preschool for 8 years before I started all this. I was out of work and I've loved art all my life, and it was something I never pursued after school, and it was always in the back of my head. And then I said, right, I'm going to give it a shot. We worked on a business plan several times until we got it right, and it was really good because like you can show business plans to friends and they'll all say this is fantastic and this is great, but Mary was the one who was kind of on the outside looking in and saying that's not going to work. You need to look at that again and go back and do it again, and done it a couple of times, and eventually we got it right. And then with the payment as well, like it wouldn't have happened without the payment really, to be honest. I'm a single parent as well, so this was, you know, a crazy pipe dream to have, being a single parent too, but it made sure that I could still have a wage every week basically for the first 9 months of it while it started to build and grow. It's fantastic to see that people will come out and will try something new, and that's the whole idea behind it. From September we are into 2 new schools, so we'll be going to 2 new schools and then our own studio, and hope to grow it that way. I definitely think that if there is something that's always there in your head, that you need to go and try it, and even if it doesn't work out, then you've tried it at least. Because I've never been happier to be doing this, like, and I don't think I'll ever do anything else. The dream will become real with the right support.
I'd worked for a big company for years, and I just decided it was time to kind of, if I wasn't going to do it now, I was never going to do it, you know, so I just decided to take the leap. But when you're going out on your own, you know, from the little things, from kind of taxation and grants and what wage to pay yourself, and you know, I'd none of that knowledge. Even kind of pricing wise, I wasn't privy to that when I worked for the big company. So you kind of had to learn all of those little skills, but I just didn't know where to go. So having that support there behind you, so that there was a guaranteed income coming in, as much as it's not a huge big income, it's still a safety net, you know, and it's there. It was guaranteed for at least the first 12 months, so it lets you kind of go out, and for that first year, especially in the first 6 months, there's so many little expenses that come up that you don't realise, and any kind of money you are making is very much based on, you know, going back into the company. I'm at a stage now where there's a living in it every week. So if the next 12 months are like the last 12 months, at that stage then you're into the gravy, as we call it, you know. You can see a living. So to take the leap of faith and have enough confidence in it, a lot of it is confidence in yourself. You know, if you tell yourself you can do this, you can do it. That's the only thing I can say to anybody. If you're going to do it, by J's, you better work at it.
Part of what I would do is I would check in with people at around month 12. They've been a year in business now, and we check in to see how it's all going for them. And there's nothing more gladdening than to find people who are now doing what they love to do. They're making a living, they're supporting their families through it. They're just empowered to do their own thing. And lots of them will never go back to employment again, because self-employment, they've now decided, is for them.